I think we've kind of avoided this conversation for a while now, and I think it's kind of safe to say that the Nuggets are failing Nikola Jokic. They are wasting this man's prime. This man has the potential to be one of the greatest players to ever grace the NBA, and they're just being really passive. And they've made some organizational failing moves over the past few sort of years since winning the championship. Obviously, there was a GM shift from Tim Connelly to Calvin Booth. And look, while some draft picks worked out and everything like that, a lot of your championship rotational pieces left for nothing. You didn't get anything in return, being Bruce Brown, Jeff Green, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. So that's kind of what it is. But look,
Well, I view those guys as very replaceable. What do you say?
I agree in the sense of that. However, you don't replace them with rookies. You need a trade or whatever, bring in guys in free agency, be aggressive. And it just seems the Nuggets don't want to do that. And the Kroenkes are known to be stingy, so this isn't really a surprise. But at the end of the day, when you have Nikola Jokic on your basketball team, you need to maximize this guy.
Yeah.
He's not even 30 yet. So you kind of gotta do something because let's talk about Nikola Jokic for a few minutes. I mean, in his last 4 games, 38, 10, and 6 against the Warriors, 27, 20, and 11 against the Cavs, 56, 16, and 8 against the Wizards, 48, 14, and 8 against the Atlanta Hawks. Obviously, the huge career high game he had against the Wizards on 60% from 3.
Yeah.
The Nuggets lost to the 2-19 Wizards that hasn't won a game since Cabbage Night.
That's pretty bad.
That's
Yeah, but to
crazy.
be fair, the Wizards were on fire. Jordan Poole was hitting everything.
Exactly, but I understand that. But when the Nuggets make 2 threes the entire game that were not from Nikola Jokic, Jokic had 56 points that game. The rest of the Nuggets had 57. So
Pretty bad.
pretty bad. And you can see Jokic is taking a lot more shots, which means he don't trust the other guys on the floor right now.
Interesting.
And he said after his game in the press conference, he needs a reaction. In his country, their salaries, are a little bit cheaper that week in the paychecks. So he obviously was joking, but there's a lot of disarray going on. And look, Jokic in his last 2 games, he's averaging 52, 15, and 8 on 55% from 3. He's in the past 24 hours, he has 104 points, 30 rebounds, and 16 assists. The first player ever to have 130 and 15 in a 2-day span. It's insane. It's literally insane.
Yeah.
Last season, a Nikola Jokic jump shot, he averaged 1.01 points per game, or points per jumper. This season, it's up to 1.35, which is higher than 2016 Steph. So,
It's really good.
and it's the second highest efficiency in the NBA this year. So, look, Jokic is having by far one of the greatest seasons we'll ever see in the NBA.
He's the MVP this year.
Abso-freaking-lutely.
Or is Giannis MVP this year?
Giannis isn't close.
Giannis is.
Are you kidding me?
Giannis is playing great.
You just said Giannis isn't close. Have you been
To
watching
Jokic.
basketball?
To
Gian-
Jokic, he's not.
Look,
He's up there, but-
In my opinion, there's a gap between Jokic and everyone else, but
Yeah.
there's a gap between Giannis and everyone else too.
I would say Jokic is the better player, but Giannis is having an outstanding season as well.
Giannis is having an outstanding season, but this carry job from Jokic is impressive. It's insane. I mean, when Jokic is on the floor, the Nuggets lead the entire league in offensive rating, in net rating, in field goal percentage, in 3-point percentage, and in the assist to turnover ratio. That's with him on the floor.
Yeah.
When Jokic is off the floor, the Nuggets are 28th in both 3-point percentage, bless you,
Thank you.
and assist to turnover ratio. They're second bottom in net rating, and they're rock bottom in offensive rating and field goal percentage.
Okay, yeah, that pretty much tells the whole story.
It really tells the whole story.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And
That sounds like Russ's 2017 NBA season. I'm being dead serious.
Exactly,
That's what
yeah.
it sounds like. All right, so let me ask you, what should the Nuggets do
Oh, I have.
to maximize his prime? What can they do? What should they do?
I have the answer.
what is that?
It's time to disband the team.
Whoa.
Oh,
It's time to disband the team. Everybody not named Jokic and Christian Braun are untouchable.
Oh, wow.
no, Aaron Gordon should be untouchable as well.
I think you get a lot of value for him in return.
Aaron Gordon, as far as his position goes and his role, is one of the most irreplaceable in the NBA.
Okay, so then I guess you're fine with Murray and Porter leaving.
Those are the two that would essentially go in any sort of movement.
Okay.
Because at the end of this season, you have to pay Christian Brown. Not sure what their vibes are on paying Peyton Watson. They probably should pay him. He probably won't make as much money as everyone thinks.
Right.
So that should save them a little bit of cap.
I agree with that. They should pay him.
Exactly. Look, I don't know who's going to want Jamal Murray right now, but
they shouldn't have paid him. I said that.
Look, you can't risk losing him for nothing. So that's kind of what it was, because it's clear that if they didn't pay him, he was going to walk elsewhere. And you can't make that mistake. You can't pull a Clippers and have Paul George walk out the door. You just can't, whether it works out for them or not. So
couldn't you trade him mid-season and get the return?
Not now, because he just signed. He can't be traded.
No, before he signed the extension.
Jokic didn't want him traded at that point. So it's really going to take. It's really going to. It would take a really disastrous season if this continues to trade Jamal Murray. I think MPJ goes first if anything happens. I'm just not sure what the Nuggets do. Something has to give, because they have one tradable first-round pick and they have no tradable contracts. MPJ would be the one that would have to go, because him and Murray MPJ's making like 33, Jamal's making like 37, give or take.
I don't think you get rid of MPJ though.
But that's the thing. I just don't know. MPJ, like him or not, he's not playing like a max player right now. He's not even close to it. So you kind of have to get rid of him if that's the case. And as far as Jamal Murray goes, look, I don't think they have the guts to trade him. Because I'll tell you what, one of De'Aaron Fox and Cade Cunningham will be available within 2 years. And look, if you're trying to maximize Jokic's prime, I think those two would be great options. But
why are you saying Fox and Cade? Because they're going to be free agents, or they're going to get traded?
Well, if De'Aaron Fox doesn't make All NBA this year, he can't get the Supermax, which means there's no incentive for him to stay in Sacramento, because he's not going to get the maximized money.
Okay.
So he'll be out the door. And as for Cade Cunningham,
he just got his rookie extension.
Exactly. But he plays for the Detroit Pistons, and that front office does not know how to function. So you never know. Shit could hit the fan, and he could become available. And he's a young point guard. And that's just kind of what it is. Those are really the only two players I see becoming available.
Yeah, that would be nice.
At that time.
Yeah. You can't worry 2 years down the road, though. You got to worry about now and what you have.
But they can't do anything right now. That's the problem. That's why I'm talking about the future.
They're stuck. I mean, you gotta have a team meeting. You gotta sort this out.
Yeah. Malone needs to.
You gotta this is players only meeting. You gotta sort it out. You gotta let them all speak about their feelings.
Honestly, he's right.
Have the ball just go at each other, and then everything could be. Listen, team meetings solve everything.